up, guys?
Question for Jantzen.
Yes, we've heard good things about you this spring. What's been making you taking some steps?
This past year, I've been working a lot harder, with my teammates. Just getting a lot more reps, especially, when we playing nickel and it's just been working for me. So,
Are you still splitting time between those two, or are you focused?
I'm still splitting time between corner and nickel. Yes.
Would you like to do that, or would you rather focus on one more than the other?
I have no problem playing both positions. I love playing both positions, so it don't matter to me.
Coach Collins said replacing a guy like Andrew Phillips is tough because everything that he does. How have you and everyone else just kind of taken on that task of replacing a guy that's about to go to the NFL draft?
Well, I'd say watching Drew for a year helped me, especially him in the nickel spot. And we're pretty much at the same position that I'm pretty much at the same position that he was in last year, because he was splitting time with nickel and corner also. But I watched a lot of him last year, and I learned a lot from him, and he taught me pretty much everything I needed to know about the defense. So, just leverage things, coverage things, man coverage things. Just the simple stuff about defense, Coach White's defense.
What's the biggest difference for you after a full year in the system, a full year of playing more than you had previously?
The difference, I'd say, relationship probably. I have better relationships with everybody in the building, and I feel like it's just even more of a home feeling to me now, even more than last year when I first came in. So, yeah.
You came in and made some plays against Louisville, played a lot in that Clemson game. How much did those reps give you confidence kind of going into the spring where you performed well here?
It gave me a ton of confidence because, at my previous school, I didn't I didn't really get a lot of reps. So getting that in and finally going out there to show what I can do was very promising for me.
How did you all use that last drive from the ball game as motivation throughout the offseason?
The last drive?
Yeah, when Clemson drove down and scored.
Ask that question again.
How did you use that drive as motivation, or did you? Was that something you thought about during workouts to build on, or did you just put that?
Oh yeah, no, that I definitely think about that play a lot, or that drive a lot. We should have won that game, but it's past us now, and all I think about is the future and how we need to improve. So we're gonna get that right.
To use Callie's question about going up against Brock, what does he do well as a quarterback? What's it like going up against him?
His ball placement is really well. I'd say each coverage snap that I'm in, the ball is always somewhere where I can't get to it. And looking at that guy and seeing that he's on my team, I'm not mad at that. So it's just competing at the end of the day, and that's what we love to do. So.
Sounds like when somebody does get their hands on it or a pick, is it something of a surprise?
I'd say yes, it is. Brock got some skills on him, man, and it's very hard to pick him off. So yeah, it is definitely a surprise when we finally do it to him.
You've heard a lot about Hardly Gilmore this spring. Have you matched up against him much?
Yeah,
what stands out about him?
Harley is a really explosive guy, and he has a lot of confidence for how young he is. And when you see young freshmen that come in with a lot of confidence, you think of them higher than they are. And I think he's gonna be a special dude. And I've matched up with him a couple of times. He ain't to my level yet, but he's getting there.
Everybody good? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So Christian, a couple weeks in, how's everything going for you at the safety and kind of adjusted to the new defense here?
Everything's going well. The coaches on that side of the ball are doing a really good job making sure I'm understanding everything and doing what it takes to be able to go out there and make it happen.
Are they working you at both safety spots, free and strong, or is there a specific both spots?
Both sides.
Is there one you maybe feel more comfortable with from your time?
No, I don't really have a preference whether free or strong. I just like being out there.
Who was a guy that you learned from? Someone ahead of you.
Probably Zion. I learned most from him, just like the ins and outs of the defense. He seemed like he has a pretty good grasp of it all. So I just go to him if I have a question about something in a moment or something like that.
I asked Coach, but I'll ask you too. Just outside of Max, who's as steady as can be, right? Maybe in the whole league. What else about the rest of the secondary group that you got?
We got a lot of playmakers back there. People who can make plays on the ball, or whether in the run game or in the pass game. So I feel like we're going to make a lot of plays in the secondary.
So a receiver you matched up against that you particularly enjoyed battling?
As of right now, I enjoy going against AB. He do a really good job of making sure, you know what I'm saying, you working your technique, your man-to-man and stuff like that. So those are the type of people I like going against.
That's Anthony Brown, right?
Yeah.
Why about him? Is it because he's shifty and
Oh yeah,
small?
he's a very shifty receiver. Like the smaller receivers are the ones who are hard for me to guard. So those are the ones who I like going against. And he give me a run for my money.
Obviously, there's a lot of talent in that safety room, as you included. How impressed have you been with that group so far, just being around them now every day?
I've been very impressed because, as you said, like, it's a lot of talent in there. So just being around guys who are talented and just we're all working towards a common goal, it's been fun to work with them.
Coach White said powering through the dog days of camp, first week, so exciting. What does that look like for you, and how have you seen the guys progress kind of through the dog days?
It's definitely been tough. But the guys have been doing a really good job of just going out there and making sure we're getting the most out of every day that we're out there, just so we can try to progress and stay on track with what we're trying to accomplish this fall.
What's something that you've learned about Coach White since you've been here and maybe appreciate about how they do it?
One thing I really like about Coach White, he's a really good teacher. Like, if I have like any concerns about anything or any questions about anything in the defense, like, I know I can go to him and he's going to explain it in a way that I can understand it, like whether it's showing it to me or going out on the field to work it. Like, he's a really good teacher.